Hey, what's up my fellow golf ball addicts? Welcome back to the channel. Today I am reviewing a launch monitor and it is the Rapsodo MLM2Pro. Let's dive right in. All right, so if you are new here, we welcome you. We normally do golf ball reviews here. The golf ball addict community is awesome. If you're interested in that at all, I invite you to stick around. We love our community here and we'd love to have you too. I know there's probably gonna be some new people looking specifically at this. So if you're here, hey, stick around, we'd love you too. So I don't have a ton of experience reviewing rangefinders, but here's the reality is that I rely on them a lot. I've been testing golf balls for 5 years and I demand that the launch monitors I use be very accurate, easy to use, and a lot of my longtime followers on Golf Ball Addict know that I've gone through some stinkers. I've gone through some ones that just, I was almost in tears because they were so difficult to use. They wouldn't pick up the shots. Then I've had some that were just so simple and I loved. You put it down, hit a ball, woo, move on with your life. It's been great. So I have some experience. I'm not a guy who tests these all the time, but I do feel confident in my ability to tell you not whether or not this one in particular is right for you. So let's go ahead and unbox this thing real quick. This is what it looks like. Sleek, sexy, love it. All right, and this is what we're looking with. This is what, you know, when you open it, what you get. You get this beautiful carrying case right here, as well as a pack of the Callaway. This is actually the Chrome Soft X. They have updated this. Now it's a Chrome Tour, and it's also a Titleist Pro V1 as well if you're into that. But this is the RPT balls. As you can see, they have these black dots on them. Hold on, let's see if I can get it there. They have those black dots on them, and basically these are going to be if you want to measure spin. If you want to accurately measure spin and have, you know, the best, using them for a simulator type purpose, that's what you're going to want to use. It gives you the best results. Then, if we have this case right here, as you can see, hard back, I love that. It feels premium, it looks premium. You got some stitching in there, it's beautiful, it's soft, I love it. A lot of detail in here too, even like the zipper has Rapsodo on it, so that those details matter. If you're spending a lot of money, you want it to look like they cared, you know what I mean? So if we open this up, oh, this is what we're treated with here. As you can see, that's the launch monitor, that's the stand it comes with there on your left over here on this side of the screen, and then right here, this is gonna be like your charging cable, I imagine. Yeah, USB-C, of course. That's how almost everything charges now, so you get one of those as well. Pretty simple. Doesn't come with a lot. It doesn't need to because all the technology is packed right in here. So one thing I like in particular is this right here basically just clicks into the bottom. Couldn't be easier. And then after that, you essentially have your tripod here where you can tripod it up, and then you even have a place on the front here. I actually did it backwards, as you can see, because you can, but normally this would be in the front and you can put your phone on here, and that way your phone just stands up and you can see it. Beautiful design, so simple, so effective. Now real quick, I want to go over to the computer. I want to show you some of the basic features this comes with and just talk about, you know, what it includes, the membership that starts at $99 a year that you're most likely going to have to pay for, and also just some of the other cool things this device can do because it's got a lot packed in there. So let's head over there and I'll tell you what it's got.
All right, now the first thing I'm going to do is go to magicmind.com and I'm going to order myself some more Magic Mind because the truth of the matter is I cannot do this without it. Magic Mind is a mental health performance shot. It gives you a sharper mind, it gives you calm energy, and it gives you stress resilience. Things everyone needs nowadays. Magic Mind also now has the Max, which if you're someone who needs a little more caffeine, it's got 165 milligram opposed to just the regular 55. So if you need that extra little boost, it's still the great Magic Mind you know and love, but now it is boosted with some serious caffeine power for those of us who just didn't get enough sleep. In fact, Magic Mind actually now has 3 models in total. They have the free, which is 0 sugar, 0 caffeine, but then they also have the original 55 milligrams caffeine with 3 grams of sugar. But then if you want that max, it's still only 4 grams of sugar, guys. That's not bad. And then 165 milligrams of caffeine. That's going to be as much as, you know, like a Red Bull or something, but you're not going to get that crash and you're not going to get all that unhealthy junk in your system. So if you want to try Magic Mind, guys, I have a code for you. Link in the description, link in the comment below. Get that code, try it out for yourself, free your mind, All right, so if we go to Rapsodo.com and we go to the MLM2Pro page for sale, the first thing let's talk about is the price point, which I haven't even brought up yet. This comes at an MSRP of $700, $699.99, which for a launch monitor that has this type of capabilities is pretty darn good. So that's really respectable, and they usually run all kinds of different sales too, which is nice. This is a Father's Day sale where you get a free towel and a free cooler with it. I've seen all kinds. They did a Christmas special, and they did a spring break special, and I mean they're constantly throwing in free stuff, so it's nice. Last year during Black Friday, I think they even threw in the subscription for free for a year, so that was nice also. Right here, they have a little comparison of what the simulation looks like, and I gotta say, it looks fantastic. This is something that is not your normal, cheap, low-resolution simulator. This actually has some really good capabilities, and it's got some details in there, especially in the tree and the water and stuff. It's one of the better ones I've seen for sure. Down here, they also mentioned some of the partners they have. These are, GS Pro, E6 Apex, E6 Connect, Awesome Golf. These are things that add, if you have those subscriptions from different third parties, they work with the MLM2Pro. So if you're an E6 subscriber, you can get, obviously the simulation features there. Awesome Golf has, some more fun games and stuff. So those work, really well with the Rapsodo. Yeah, down here, it just tells you can golf anywhere, anytime. It has a target range. It has multi-angle swing replay, which is really nice. 15 recorded metrics. It does not read the spin unless you use one of those RPT balls, like I said. These are the 15 metrics it tracks: total distance, carry distance, side carry, ball speed, launch direction, club speed, smash factor, launch angle, descent angle, shot apex, shot type, spin rate, spin axis, club path, angle of attack. Lots of stuff there. I mean, that's really good. I can't imagine the average consumer needing much more than that. Now, one of the things you're probably going to want to do if you decide to purchase this is get the premium membership. The premium membership does allow you to do a variety of things that really allow you to get the most out of your MLM2Pro. I know not everyone's a big fan of these subscriptions, but this one is definitely reasonable considering what you get with it. So, for example, if you pay the $99 a year, you're going to get cloud video storage, slow motion replay, session insights, the combine, spin rate and spin access with the RPT balls, of course, club path, angle of attack. So keep in mind, those are not available unless you get it. They won't show up. Then you get the Rapsodo courses, so you get the simulation features, you get the range. So, I mean, really the majority of stuff. If you're just looking for normal, just, hey, I'm going to hit a ball and see what the distance is, you don't have to get it. But if you want to use any of the features, dual camera, the cloud service, you got to get that subscription. But for $99 a year, it's definitely worth that. I've seen subscription services that were $300 a month, and I just didn't feel like I was going to get enough out of them. So I feel like it's a good bang for the buck here.
All right, so this is what my home screen looks like here. We have practice, combines, courses, range, speed, target range, all kinds of different stuff. You also have your third party that you can switch over to, but I'm gonna go ahead and just click practice. Practice, it's gonna wanna establish the connection, so we'll do that. It's just gonna basically search via Wi-Fi, which is kind of like, from here to there. It's not like over actual internet, it's just from here to the device. All right, so it took a minute. Now this is what it looks like. We have range, we have net. I'm gonna go ahead and do net, of course, because that's what I have. You can then select what type of ball you want. I'm gonna go ahead and do the non-RPT because I'm not using that. I'm just using a regular ball. It is a premium ball. It's not a range ball by any means. And then after that, we're gonna hit continue. It's gonna ask me what club I wanna start my session with. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the 7-iron, and then we just hit start practice, and there you go, boom. So now we have our alignment. As you can see, that's a picture of what the camera is seeing, and it's showing, where I can line my ball up. It's giving me instructions, that's great. Impact, shot vision, perfect. It shows me basically where the target align is. That way, if I want to do accuracy, I know where I'm hitting into. A couple more clicks and then we're ready to go. I mean, it really is that easy. Now I have, the screen there. It is going to video record, which is nice too. I'll record a couple videos so you can see what those look like. Let's hit some shots now. First swing. Don't judge me on this one now because, it's early in the morning and I am not warmed up. Numbers appear nice and bright on the screen. They do kind of go away quick, but then you can look at them still. 158 yards, 111 ball speed, so a little low. Launch angle, 18.4, not bad at all. It's good to see that. It did record it. I can see myself on my phone. Really simple. It didn't take a lot to set that. Oh man, definitely a little sore. 155, 110, okay, so again, a little low. Haven't been warmed up yet. My usual's around 115. That's like an average 115, 116 for ball speed with 7. But when you come out here and you're not loose. That's what happens, just so you know. So you guys that don't go to the range, you just show up 2 minutes before your tee time, you're losing distance, at least for the first couple holes. All right, 114.4, we're getting there. I'm starting to get a little loose. Ibuprofen might be kicking in, I don't know. Let's see if we can get there. Oh, that one felt good. That's got to be close. Oh yeah, 117.6, there we go. Okay, perfect. Really good numbers now, getting a little warmed up. 168, great stuff. Now it only shows me 3 at the top. You can choose which 3 you want to see. There's a lot of features in there. It's really easy to pick up and just play and use, but if you want to master it, there are a lot of options there. So it's not just bare bones. I mean, you can really play around with that and make it your own on how you want. So I'm just going to go ahead and run through some shots. I'll hit some driver shots, let you do that, and then I'll go in and I'll show you what the numbers look like. All right, so now that we got some data, I'm going to pull up my phone here. I'm actually going to scoot over this way just so I can kind of show you what's going on in my phone over here. So if I pull up the sessions here, we're going to pull up this session right here. It says ongoing, but I just didn't close it out. Once we get here, as you can see, this is what your screen looks like. Very simple, good data metrics. Let's start at the top there. You have 7-iron, you have driver. Those are the 2 clubs I hit. If you want, I can click on, let's say, the 7-iron, and it's just going to show me now all the 7-iron stuff. It's highlighted, as you can see, and then if you look at it, that's all of our stuff. Now, down here where it says average on the left there, I'll circle that. That is your averages for all your 7-iron shots. I averaged 164 yards, 115 ball speed, 19.2 launch, yada, 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 all good stuff. And then if you look down below, these are all your individual shots that you can scroll through. I can actually scroll to the bottom and they all have each individual shot, which is nice. Great data there. I can already tell you, I'll get to that in just a second. I can tell you about the accuracy, but that's cool. I'm going to go over to the driver now and show you my driver average numbers. Again, 147.2 ball speed, 19.4, 257, really good stuff there. And then, of course, looking at the individual stats, they're all there. Now, they show you 4 different metrics there. As you can see, it's carry, ball speed, launch angle, and club speed. If you want, you can click on the 2 little squares that have the differences, and you can actually change the 4 metrics it gives you. It only show you 4 at a time, unfortunately, which is kind of lame, but I guess it is what it is. So you can actually take the club speed off. Now I'm going to put it on total, and then now I can hit save at the end, and I have a total yard spot as well. Now again, I did talk while I was out there about the accuracy. You know, 1,000%. This one says 272.3 on this one shot. I can't ever recall ever getting 270. If I got 270 on the course, I would probably like crap myself, realistically. So it's not accounting spin in there. You got to remember that. That's a big factor. You know, in fact, if I go here and I go back to those metrics and I take total off and I go to, actually I'll leave total on, I'll go to carry and just take carry off. And then as you can see, spin's not even on there. So spin they don't even offer. So yeah, unless it's an RPT ball, it won't measure spin. Because it's not measuring the spin, you know, 2,000 RPM is going to take 10 yards off, 15 yards off. And so that's why, kind of disappointing, because that can give you a false sense of confidence. You know, if you see these numbers and you don't realize, you haven't watched this video or you haven't, you know, read the instructions or whatever, and you go out there and you see, oh my goodness, 275, yeah, I can carry that water, don't worry about it. What? I'm short of the water. That's why. And so that's a little disappointing. I don't understand why you have to use an RPT ball. There's other models out there that are cheaper that you do not. So kind of weird. But anyway, numbers not that accurate. I'm sure they are if you use an RPT ball, but if you're not, you're not. Another thing you can do is if you come down here and click on a specific shot, and then we go to the video portion, it will actually show me ripping that shot, which, ooh, that's a good swing right there. I like that, yeah. Now, I know I have just a screenshot of it, but that is a full video. I can play it at the bottom and it shows it. And that's good. That's good to see your swing. A lot of people need to see their swings. Like testing golf balls, you know, putting was a big one for me. I started using a camera angle that was just straight down the line. I had no idea I was cutting my putts as much as I am. Like, you don't realize it until you see yourself. So the video feature is really, really good. That's something that a lot of the cheaper ones don't offer, is just the natural ability to see your swing. So that's a nice feature. I like that. So that's the basics of it, right? There's a lot more as far as your simulation. I'm not going to go over that with you. I'm not going to play holes. I've showed you what it looks like, you know, based on their website. I have played around on a few courses. Now, I will say this, the course information, there's over 30,000 of them. It's very accurate. It's fun. It's a good simulation thing, but I will tell you what, don't try it on your phone. It's not a lot of fun on this device. When you're trying to see, the green and where you're at and okay, what's my distances, 15, it's not fun. I recommend a 10-inch tablet minimum or more. Computer screen would be great, but a tablet at the minimum, because it just doesn't work on a phone. At least for me, I didn't enjoy it. So, it has a lot of features. It's at a great price point. Who's it for? Is it for you? Well, in my experience with launch monitors, right, there's 3 categories of guy, and there's probably more subcategories, but there are 3 main ones, right? There's the guy that just needs his distances. You're a guy who's hitting balls into a net in his backyard. You just need your distances. This one's probably not for that. This one has too many features, and with the price point, you can get one for around $400 that actually is really accurate and just does distances. No big deal there. When it comes to, if you're a data junkie, if you're a guy that uses a specific golf ball and you want data and you just want that good 15, 16 different metrics and all boiled down to as accurate as possible, probably not for you either. This thing isn't 100% accurate. Now, is it 97, 98, 99? Sure, it could be in there, but it's not 100% accurate. I think if you're a data junkie or you're playing competitive golf and you need to know those dialed distances, probably not. But on the other hand, if you're somewhere in the middle where you're like, listen, I don't need perfect data numbers. I'm not trying to make the PGA Tour, but I want something that I can see my swing. I want something that has a lot of really cool features. I want to be able to have some simulation capability. I don't mind paying $99 a year. If you're in that middle ground, which is what this is one of the best ones I've seen. I've tried the Garmin. I've tried others. I love the MLM2Pro when it comes to that, but I just want to make sure you fit in that box that it's really portraying. If you don't need the simulation features, get a swing caddy. If you need really accurate data, get like a Mevo Plus or a Bushnell or one of the $4,000, you know what I mean? Spend the money. It's going to be well earned for sure. But when it comes to this, it works inside, it works outside, it has those features. But it also has some really cool simulation features. And if you got yourself like a little iPad or something, I imagine it would be a lot funner to play those courses as well.
And remember, guys, golf is a mental game. So if you want to make sure your mental performance is at its top tier, just like your golf game, try out Magic Mind. Use the code GOLFMAY, GOLFMAY. Get 20% off your first box. Try it out. You won't be disappointed.
Guys, as always, keep watching, keep saving, keep learning. I hope I've at least narrowed it down a little bit for you if you were interested in this launch monitor. It is awesome. I've loved it. I'm kind of sad to see it go.